Hey Internet, we are ready for episode 2 of the Minis from Scratch series. Today it's clay and wire. So last time on Minis from Scratch, we put together these rough ideas, and so today we're going to be trying to make this 5-armed, spiky starfish echinoderm. So we're doing the clay and wire one today. So I started with a little broken starfish bead, and I figured that would work really good for the arms. And then the inside of this little circular shell bead, I'm thinking at this point that I'm going to put teeth on it, but the way that the glue happened and the way that it fell into place, it actually turned into a hat, and I like that much better. So we ended up with a little starfish warrior with a hat, and you'll see later in the video there is several things that went kind of awry with this, but that's what all these videos are for. It's for learning how to do the different processes. So here I am building with an armature, building with jewelry wire to make the tail, and it's also wrapped up around the either side of the starfish beads to hold it in place, and then the hat isn't involved in the wire, it's just going to be glued. So I baked the clay, and now we have our first version of the mini. Alright, we got them baked right out of the toaster, and with the clay hard, we're going to try to get that hat glued on, which at this point when I'm making it, I'm still thinking is going to be that toothy grin that we made it, and this is the point where it bites me. Ow, Charlie bit me! Right there on my arm. Alright, so I'm using these little clothespins to help it balance upside down so that I can put some glue on the head, and then the clothespins will keep the miniature with the right spot against the glue. So once that sets up, then we'll have the hat and the back, and we'll also coat the little trident that I made for him. So now I poured plastic on these pins to make a sort of a spiny, spiky, the back part of the picture, but it turned out that this element was way too big to fit on the tiny little starfish guy that I had. So we'll have to use that spiny covering in another miniature for another video. But for right now, there we go. Little starfish, little hat, and we ended up with kind of a cross between Patrick Star and the Baby Yoda sort of a shape. So we got them primed up, and I'm going for brighter colors with the homemade mini. So I'm actually going to be using first color green from the actual miniature painting paints, and then I'll switch over to the pot paints for the brighter teal and the orange. So I'm going to take the orange sort of out like a starfish, and then around the center of the hat or the helmet, so it sort of looks like it's kind of open or glowing outward from the helmet there. So another little bit of plastic to get that trident glued on to where it needs to go, and then randomly never waste plastic again. So there we got some glamour shots. So he's looking pretty teal. I used a blue circular flat gem for the base, and it turned out really good. I like the way that the light goes through it underneath, makes it sort of a water effect since he's an aquatic warrior there. So that has been episode 2 of our Build from Scratch Minis series. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and the next video in this series should be either the 3D design, 3D printed miniature, or the kit bash for one of the miniatures, because remember we're doing those 3. We've got clay and wire, the kit bash, and the 3D printed STL, built the STL. So Alright, see you next time. Thanks, Internet.